For Azeroth!
Hey folks, Dude here, and welcome back to World of Warcraft Legion's pre-patching for the last little bit of questing till, well, Legion launch. Now, of course, as you can see, I am back in Dalaran, where I left off last time, of course, after we, of course, went for a little journey into Ulduar and Karazhan, had a little chat with some interesting people, and now apparently Khadgar's little buddy has showed up again for the next little part of this little last of this. Alright, so I'm already pretty much there. Khadgar's voice erupts from the elemental once again. Obtaining information on the Pillars of Creation before the Legion could stop us was a considerable victory. It won't bring back those we lost on the Broken Shore, but I believe it will help us avenge them. Dalaran has become a focal point of the Legion's assault. Your presence here is crucial. If the demons are putting this much effort into attacking the city, it means Dalaran will play a pivotal role in the struggle to save Azeroth.
Dalaran is under siege, hero. The Legion intends to knock us out of the sky.
Well, maybe we shouldn't have put our city in the sky.
Of creation to send the demons back to the twisting nether and save our world.
Great,
Meet
and
me in Dalaran over Dead Wind Pass.
you don't need
I
to
have
shout.
A plan. A horribly dangerous plan, but a plan nonetheless.
That's the best kind of plan. Always works out well. As you can see, some pets are walking around. I'm guessing this is Face. I'm relieved we both made it out of Karazhan in one piece. Yeah, I guess I could be happy about that too. Anyway, let's see what exactly he wants. I'm really
Knowledge is power.
I shored up Karazhan's defenses as best I could, but I have little confidence they'll hold. We have other matters to focus on in any case. Gul'dan has set his demon dogs loose upon Dalaran. He wants the city gone, but we're not going to let him have his way. Okay, and apparently two ogres are going to have a fight right in the middle of this chamber. Sure. I believe Dalaran will become the focal point of our campaign against the Legion. Neutral ground where the heroes of every kingdom can join together against our mutual foe. Let's get to work. Anomalies. We really need to reuse that wordplay. Dalaran's move to this location was intended to be a temporary measure, but we may need to depart sooner than expected. Considering there's a shitload of demons bearing down on us, that may seem like the most brightest of ideas. Anywho, blinking a city across the world is no mean feat. Oh, come on, it should be easy. I mean, there used to be a spell in Warcraft 3 that could mass teleport allies, so this shouldn't be an issue. The magnitude of energies involved can lead to unexpected side effects. Oh, great. That sounds great. Arcane anomalies are causing mischief throughout the city. Their presence could destabilize any attempt to blink again. We don't have time to let them dissipate on their own, Orpheus. I have a device that will help speed things along.
You are our last best hope.
Okay, so I just need to get rid of these. What do you mean? Isn't this what we're looking for? Oh, anomalies. Those are energies. Okay. Get back here, you little prick. Oh, so I just shoot some arcane bolts out of my hand, apparently. So, there's another one. Get out of here, you little bastard. Off with you! I guess it's best just to get mounted and move around a little faster. I could fly, but I don't think that really matters that much. Probably not a good idea to go into the Sun Reaver Court. Probably don't want to piss off those guys. That seems like a general bad idea. Oh, there's the next one. And, there we go. Next up on the list. Is that one? That's energy, so that's not what I'm looking for. Maybe around here? It should be. Uh-oh. Get the hell out of here, you little prick. It says it should. Oh, there it is. Off with you then. Alright. Oh, well, that was a pretty easy job to do. Barely costing any breath. Kinda. Tonight we will feast. What? Why? Oh, I just hell.
Need help?
Just noticed these guys all showed up here. Archmage Kalik.
You seem troubled. Greetings.
Okay, well, this is about to get interesting.
There is much to be done.
Good work. There are still some stray anomalies floating about, but you've negated through enough interference that we should no longer be prevented from relocating the city. Now, we just need to determine our destination. You haven't planned that far ahead? Oh, great. Offer! Offer! We've reviewed the tome recovered from Karazhan. Though we found references to the Pillars of Creation, one piece of crucial information was omitted from the book. Where to find the artifact. Fortunately, we have access to an expert on the subject. The offer, Alodi... Wait, what? Alodi? Was the first Guardian of Tirisfal. His spirit is forever bound to the Forge of the Guardian, which has been hidden in our safekeeping. I think the time has come to call him forth. Wait, what?
Trust in yourself, champion.
Okay, I will summon the spirit. Speak to me when you're ready to begin. Excuse me. A little bit of a burp out there. I will summon the spirit of Alodi, the first Guardian of Tirisfal. Let me know when you would like me to begin. Begin the summoning.
Where you lead, we will follow.
I call forth the spirit of the first Guardian. It doesn't look as impressive as I expected. Greetings, Alodi. I know of you. The apprentice who refuses the mantle I first wore. What do you need of me? Hey, there was a good reason for that. The Burning Legion has returned. To stop them, we scoured the library of Karazhan for a tome you offered called Notable Antiquities of Ancient Azeroth. What's with all these things showing? We're seeking 5 ancient artifacts called... Why am I... Get this. Why am I dancing? Of course not. The pillars represent primordial power. Even as a guardian, I dared not trifle with them. Well, things have changed. Now hand them over. Finding these artifacts is crucial. The pillars are the only thing that can seal the Legion's portal in the Tomb of Sargeras. Well, maybe he should have mentioned that in the first place. That might have changed his mind. Very well. My research led me to the Broken Isles. Though I never found their exact locations, I believe the pillars are in the hands of the peoples of that ancient land. Well, that's gonna complicate things, isn't it? That gives us a place to start, at least. We will search every inch of the Broken Isles, if need be. Oh, she said that. I was wondering. You must make haste to find them. In the Legion's hands, the Pillars of Creation could unleash untold devastation upon our world. Good luck! Now, just don't say that. Don't. That never ends well. I'm guessing... Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Well, nice little chat. Apparently, even this dude doesn't like that.
Well met, champion.
We may not have the exact location of the Pillars of Creation, but at least we know where to start. We'll explore every corner of the Broken Isles until they're recovered. The Legion's attack is intensifying. We must prepare to move Dalaran to the Broken Isles. Just a sec. Alright, we're still good. Yeah, okay.
Farewell, my friend.
We must gather our strength. The spell to move the city will be taxing. Are they just gonna be... You mean that's it? This is what I was waiting for?
Gul'dan and
Give
the
us time to
Legion
prepare.
must be
You mean they're gonna be standing here for like a week until this is finished? That's ridiculous. Come on. So that's it. That's what I just went through shit for. Well, maybe that's a little exaggeration, but you get what I mean. Alright, let's just have some fun then. So, what can I say about upcoming, of course? Legion is getting pretty close now, so what do I think about what it's going to be like? Well, I have to say is that I can't say I'm not interested, because it's going to be interesting to see what they have planned with it. So, let's talk about what is the whole plan of what my exact plans is with Legion, because I'm planning to show, of course, off some content of some description. So, what exactly will that entail? It could be a number of things, including, you know, dungeon runs, maybe even some raid content if everybody of my guild shows back up again, possibly even some... Maybe even the, you know, mostly what it's going to be showing is, of course, the interesting bits of what exactly happens in that place. Of course, which is the Broken Isles itself. So, Legion content in general. And possibly also, just for the interesting bits, showing off all the different, you know, kind of artifacts you can collect. Oh, there we go, that's what I wanted to do. Oh no, I wasn't casting spells. Anyway, so that's basically the idea that I had in mind, was to use it as a means of showing off the different artifacts, what you're going to be able to get your hands on, what the quest lines are like. I've seen a few pop up in places, but far from everything. So that's pretty much the whole gist of it. So in the meantime, I actually took a little scouring across Dalaran already. At the moment, it's practically, well, I wouldn't say abandoned, but it's far from fully populated due to the fact that apparently everybody just bolted out of here as soon as the Legion showed up. So, not really going on here. There we go. So, there's not really much going on that front. In the meantime, we'll hang out in the Silver Enclave, which used to be, of course, the Alliance section for this particular place. Well, just like most of the other areas, it's been cleared out of most of its NPCs. Mostly only Guardians remain, So the Legion thing is going to be interesting. I got to say that this is probably one of the more interesting expansions. Now, I have always thought that of every new expansion, but particularly some of the things I think is most interesting. First of all, well, of course, you have the typical things, the dungeons, the quests, new areas, new things, you know, the basic of what we already know, what will be new in this particular expansion. Now, let's just have a sit down so we can, so I can have a bit more of a proper discussion. Is there any sort of comfortable table we can get? I guess the inn is probably the best choice to do that. So, before I continue on, I want to do this somewhere where I won't be constantly distracted from every bit of nonsense that's been going on here. So let's find a nice little tavern to, you know, rest my feet a bit. I know there's one around here. There we go. Can we sit on the bench? No. So, alright, let's get there we go. So, what exactly is the plan that I have for Legion? Like I said, the content that I will be engaging is one of the most interesting and, you know, kind of funny things that I find throughout Legion. Any sort of reactions. I've heard a few things that I find it could be quite interesting to discover. So the content will be that. It will probably be some dungeons runs, probably live content when I run through them, and possibly later down a throwdown to, you know, the more specifically, you know, the rundown on some of the boss encounters that you have in those particular instances, because even though usually these days wiping on bosses on the appointed dungeons usually doesn't happen due to, well, competence and gear in general. Of course, the artifact weapons are going to be something in just so you know from the start, if you're expecting a full Ashbringer thing, I got some bad news for you. Since I mostly main Protection Paladin, I'm going to be going for Truth Guard. So if you're hoping for massive Ashbringer play, I got some bad news. Ain't going to happen. I'm going to mention that again also when we get to that point. Another thing that I think is on the questing side that definitely is interesting is the idea of that they're actually bringing kind of the class fantasy back. That's partially the idea with the whole class order thing, like that factions disappear a bit more and that you actually have a place that is meant for your particular class instead of your faction. They also have a unique quest line within that, which is considered the order campaign, which, like with the garrisons in Draenor, the same thing will be applied here, but then with the class orders, which is also a nice little addition. I think that is pretty interesting because it really brings back the idea of class quests, and they're all very different and unique, so that's definitely a plus. Another thing that I find particularly interesting is the questing system they're going to do. The world quest stuff is particularly interesting. Professions are taking a much more active role, you know, a much more idea that you have to work for some of those materials and blueprints, some of the better stuff. That I'm a blacksmith myself. Unfortunately, again, crafting materials for some of the gear still requires materials from other professions. I hope the guild can help me out with that if possible. If not, then, well, could get a little, you know, annoying. So there's that. The raiding content looks particularly well. A lot of the raids seem pretty good. And Legion content in general. I'll probably show some of the other classes as well and what they do and how they've been changed. As particularly, of course, anybody who's been checking out the channel recently has probably already found that I have a lot on class overviews. Let me make this straight. If you're expecting healing, I will not be placing that because, well, tried my hand at healing. I really can't do it. Even if my real life depended on it, I might as well just grab whatever they're gonna kill me with and just get it over with instead of delaying it. And so don't expect any sort of healer specialization overviews because I essentially suck at that. But in general, I've got to say that Legion has both a lot for progression as well as endgame content on different levels. And I really think a lot of people, of course, find that the hardcore level tends to suffer because of this. I myself don't consider that entirely a bad thing, because I think that the hardcore has probably moved on anyway, due to the fact that when hardcores were still really around was in the time when World of Warcraft was still in its early stages, and most of those people have probably grown into it. When I started playing World of Warcraft, it was during the Burning Crusade expansion, and I was like maybe 16. So I gotta say, Legion content looks interesting. Please keep an eye out for, of course, whatever is gonna come. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this little overview of the upcoming of these different kind of videos about the build up towards Legion, which is of course launching next week, and that's gonna be fun. I hope you guys will stick around for that little party, because it's gonna be good. You can see the excitement in his eyes. Look at that, twinkling like stars. He can't wait, can't you, buddy? This has been my main since I ever started getting into a full subscription, and he's been with me for a long time. As you can see, I got him fully decked out in transmog gear. Some people might say some of the pieces don't completely mix with the others, but it was the best thing I could do to get this kind of paladin look. If you don't like it, hey, your choice. I kind of wanted to go for a sort of, you know, Protoss look, and it's not a exact duplicate, but gets as close as I could get with the armor I could be able to gather. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this little short video of the build up to that particular quest for Legion, and I will see you in Legion when it arrives. In the meantime, please keep an eye out for other class overviews. They will come as soon as possible. I probably won't be able to get them out of every class for every specialization before the game launches. Until then, though, guys, please stick around, because things are going to get interesting. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you do, please hit that like button and you will make me all very happy, man. And please subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed the videos and want to see more. More things are coming. I've got some stuff lined up. Streaming will be done as well if I have plans. I have other plans in mind. I've got some contact back with friends, and some multiplayer work might come into play as well. Until then, I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!